Hello and welcome to Training Tip Tuesday. I'm Courtney Cooper. I'm a 5-star event rider and owner of C Square Farm and a partner in Excel Star Sport Horses. This is a slightly different version of Training Tip Tuesday as we are taking a look at our weekend that's just passed at Sporting Days in Aiken Farm. You're going to see several horses that we have imported, as well as one of my working students and her horse. Right now you're watching one of my young horses, Excel Star Ever Hopeful. I was real pleased with this young horse. He stayed very relaxed in the test. I really like the new tests actually because I think they give us a few different movements, including this one where you have to do a trot to walk transition at A for 4 to 6 steps, and then you immediately turn. I think the novice tests really require you to have your horses up in their shoulders and bending off their legs and really focused on the job they're doing. You can see here we go right into the canter depart, and there's just a lot going on if you're on a young horse and you're in the arena for the first time. So when we do our first tests with these young horses, our goal is just actually to keep them relaxed and happy. We don't put a whole lot of pressure on them to perform. We ask them to sort of act like they would be at home, try to keep it pretty casual so that they stay casual themselves and they learn how to compete in a relaxed sort of mindset. We also try to do this with our students. And next up, you're going to see Danny Moan. And Danny's done a really great job producing her young horse, Flynn. He's an American thoroughbred and a lovely type of horse, and I think she has a great future with him. And he was a little up in the new environment of going to a competition. This was his first novice. And Danny was a little bit nervous trying to perform at her best, which I can appreciate. And so I think next time we're going to work on just trying to get him a little bit rounder and a little bit more through. He lost his focus a little bit and sort of ran over on his shoulder a bit. And so just by putting on her inside leg and slightly lifting that inside hand, that'll help prop up his inside shoulder and make him a little bit easier to ride, especially in the arena. Because this test comes up fast and furious. You have a trot transition right after the center marker, and then here you have to walk at C. And so it comes up quite quickly, and it can be a bit abrupt if you're not planning. The one thing I love about this horse is he's got a great canter, and he also has a super walk. And you can see there in a perfect world, we like him to relax and be a little bit lower in his frame, but the walk is just long and lanky and just beautiful. So that's one really good thing, and I think just being in a relaxed environment and just, like I said, not putting too much pressure on him when we first start, I think is a real key to getting these horses to perform long term. So Danny did a super job. She actually jumped a double clean and ended up 4th. So we're very, very proud of her, and she goes out next at Jumping Branch. This next horse is Excel Star Hang Time. He has experience in Ireland jumping up until the meter 20s. He's here to be sold, and this was his first event with us. And he had a lovely show jumping round. And you can see here at Sporting Days that there's a lot of color in the show jumping, and there's a lot of sort of atmosphere. We have the warm-up on the side where the videotaping is going on. We have, as you can see, the trailer parking on the far side, and then on the side to our left is all of the tents and scoring, building, etc. So that's close to the arena, and then we have the driveway on the other side. So there's quite a lot going on for a young horse, and as well they've done a beautiful job with the color and the big standards, and so it's a proper show jumping course. This course as well had a lot of bends and a lot of turns, and so it really asked you to keep your horse on the aids and bending around, which for me, with all my young new horses doing their first event, was a bit challenging, and so I was real pleased with the horses and how they performed. Again, not putting too much pressure on them, but carrying a nice canter and a nice pace around the course, using my inside leg to try to help shape the turn and find the distance as we're coming out of the turn. And you can see this horse handles this all very easily. We also, even though this horse had tons of experience show jumping in Ireland, we try to bring them out at beginner novice just because there's all sorts of new things and it's a different type of atmosphere. And then as soon as they do well, we just move them on up. So he was fifth. He had a really good go. And so we're very pleased with him. Now this next horse, again, another new horse, is Excel Star Keystone. And again, we try to keep everything confidence building. And so you can see I went through the water first just to school the horse. And then I came back around and did 9AB and then 10. And there wasn't a way to school the water before coming to it and sort of jumping the first option. And so I decided to school it from the back side and then come and approach it and then go from there. So we just overall try to make the horses real confident. We hope you've enjoyed sort of a little peek into our competing the first time out in Aiken. We hope to see you guys out and about. We head to Pine Top next weekend. Have a great day and enjoy Training Tip Tuesday.